5-Minute Focus, episode 189, courses on craft. And this is a mindset in how you look at which courses on craft might apply to you, because I haven't studied all of them. I don't know, and I haven't taken pretty much any of them. So understand, and this goes back to my mom. My mom was a second grade teacher, and then she fleeted up to be a principal after she got her master's in education. And what she said was, after teaching second grade for 20 years, all I knew was second grade. Now you're looking for an instructor on craft. When people are instructing on craft, let's say for an MFA, for example, you've got this instructor who this is what they know. So you have to look into what has the instructor written. And then if you're looking to be a professional author, as in making money off your stories, what have they sold? Because you're going to be a clone of them. Very few of them teach you critical thinking of the writing process, of how do you be a better writer, because better is relative. Better is significantly relative. There's no MFA instructor who taught the 50 Shades of Grey author. She wrote, people are like, oh my God, the prose, 125 million copies sold. What did she do right? What can you do right? This is about a mindset of studying craft. So what courses? John Truby's Anatomy of Story gives you an awful lot to think about. It is a significant treatise on story and what makes stories great, as studied by a person who studied story and has written a number of different stories, as well as worked with screenwriters to bring those stories to the big screen. So that is a seminal work in story and understanding what goes into a story. In Vegas, we'll have Joe Nassise and Dave Farland, and they'll present. They both have presentations that they'll be giving, and both of them talk about craft and about development of story. We have a number of very successful universe builders talking about world building in Vegas. So these are, you get to see how they do it. And this is a great time. That presentation, they'll be recorded, so you don't even have to go to Vegas. They'll be streamed live, so you don't even have to go to Vegas. You can watch them live or watch them later. All of it's good. But they're talking about their world. This is how we do it. And if you look at enough of those, you'll find one that say, hey, I like that. And then you can go into that approach. So I much prefer a beta team of readers who are voracious readers in that genre, because they'll tell you if you're hitting the tropes. And that's after you have been a voracious reader in that genre. Too many people say shiny, oh man, look at lit RPG taking off. I'm going to write a book over there. How many lit RPG books have you read? Elena Johnson is a great example of, hey, I write romance. I've written romance traditionally, but this Western romance, I kind of like it. So she went and bought every Western romance book she could find and read them all and took notes. So read them as her own course on how to write Western romance. And then she dove into that genre and dominates it because she read all the stuff. And now you see there's a lot of competition because people are like, oh, Western romance, oh my God. So competition. What's the next thing? I bet that whatever that next thing is, Elena Johnson, when she moves to it, she's going to study hard, read all there is to read in it, and then move in as a force. This is how you study craft. You read, you find what you like because, hey, this is you. You're going to be writing it. Don't find, hey, I hate that, but it's selling, so let me write that. That's too hard. That's hard. That's like hard work. Don't do that. So read in your genre, and then find readers who love that genre and see if they'll love your work too, or willing to expand. Hey, I'm going to write this. I'm going to write a new genre. This genre does not exist, but people who like this kind of entertainment, equate it to entertainment, and then find those readers. You have to find them, because if you love this stuff, like nerds and geeks, right? They get along because they talk about the same kinds of things. Get excited about it and find other people who are excited about it too. And this is the craft. Now you start generating those words. You get that flow. You get that rhythm. Those things that you go to John Truby's Anatomy of Story, and there's some other books out there, but it requires study. You can't just say, hey, I got an MFA, now I'm a writer. Kind of maybe, but if you want to be successful, you've got to relate to the readers. And those are the people who are going to tell you whether your craft works or not. You got to study. You don't necessarily have to take a course. There are some people who offer courses, but really it comes down to, are you able to read something on paper, read the books, and then adopt what is working in those books, and then work with an insider team of beta readers who love this genre or love this expansion of the genre and are willing to work with you to move forward. And then you take it and run with it. And then if you want to teach a class, well, you can teach this narrow sector. It's like getting a PhD. You're the expert in this very narrow topic at this point in time. That's what a PhD is, expert, but it's a very narrow topic. So that's you look at craft. There's nobody who teaches all of the genres because it's too hard. Each genre has its own nuance. This is what you need to look for when you're studying craft. So courses, I'm not necessarily a fan. There are some great people out there who tell you great things that will activate your mind and help you generate your internal motivation to then dominate in that genre. Those are my words. For whatever they're worth, like me, I could teach you how to write certain elements of sci-fi. I think my strength is dialogue. How do you make dialogue work? Okay, I could teach that, but nothing else. I do my best, and that's all it is. All right, people, have a good one.